Hello everybody, I'm just about ready to get started. Hope you enjoy the emotes, Draken. But I think from the standpoint of the playthrough, we're gonna see how many alternate routes we could get into. I'm not sure how long they are, hopefully not more than like an hour and a half each. And yeah, let's see how it could have ended, question mark. Let me go ahead and pause the soundtrack. So we know there is a way to rewind to a specific day. I hope that doesn't mean I have to navigate the catacombs every time, but I mean, if it does, at least I should be able to hopefully go through it pretty quickly. But we'll see how things go. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Just thinking about it. There we go. There's not much to continue. We beat it already. Okay, so at least some of these look pretty quick. Let's go straight to the trial. I'm gonna skip through this. So good, we don't have to go through the catacombs again. I was worried about that. So what I'm gonna do... We already know that he's on trial, and if we don't save him, he's going to die. What happens if we botch the trial on purpose? Actually, I'll stay silent for the first time. Let's see what happens. Okariko's going to die if you don't say something. Okay, so it gives us another chance, so we'll speak up here. Alright, I'm going in. I'm coming in too. Okay. Everything else here is the same. So I'm going to get to the point where we have to conduct the trial, and I'm going to bomb it on purpose. For a place called Catacombs, it's amazing how few felines there are. True. Okay. So we chose a slightly different option this time, so I don't think it super matters, but I guess I'll read out the dialogue a little bit for when we're attempting to appeal to their greater senses. I think last time we chose the dog. This time we're going to talk to the friar, who we already know is really evil, so it's like, this is definitely the worst choice. Friar Remus, you're a man of God. Surely you don't approve of this sort of mob violence. I see no issue. The good book is full of stories of violence. Joshua ransacked the city of Jericho. Yod and the judges were ruthless assassins. Samson killed thousands before meeting his fate. Well, sure, but that's the Old Testament. What would Jesus say about this? You know what, chat? Of all the things that was going to happen in Aviary Attorney, I didn't think a talking bird with human hands was going to talk about the Old Testament and Jesus. I have to say, didn't see that one coming. You got me. Right, chat? Just a little, I don't think I saw that coming. He would say, I did not come to bring peace but a sword. Matthew 10:34. Oh, damn. That's okay. You see, Falcon, this man's death is inevitable. Okay, so this is all the same. I think we said due process last time. What if I try to appeal to rationality with the absolutely insane murderers around us? Rationality, madam. Justice is carried out on the basis of hard facts and logic. It isn't distracted by petty emotions. Yeah, oh, damn. What kind of an animal is Jesus? That's a good question. Even putting aside my emotions, I can see this bird's guilt. And this is your opportunity to prove it, madam. So that your leader acts with reason, not brute irrationality. Few more dots. Madam, surely you aren't entertaining his words. Fine, Falcon, we'll play this your way. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go through the court. I'm going to skip ahead. So what we're going to do is purposely botch every question until we fail the trial. So our companion just got caught. We're just attempting to get to the point where we can start presenting things. Okay, so Piero's going to talk about what he saw there, which is mostly just that it was dark, so he couldn't quite see things. But what if we just keep wasting time? What if I ask him about Bam? You say that Croc Monsieur drew his gun and fired back with the last of his strength. Yup, Bam! I'm gonna ask, was there a third shot? Do you claim that Cocorico fired his gun, and the Croc Monsieur fired back, but is it possible there was the third gunshot? Wasn't count or nothing, but nah, I think I would have heard a third gunshot if there was one. I see, but what if... Don't try to claim there was a hidden sniper upon a rooftop or any similar drivel, Falcon. None of us have the patience for that sort of yarn spinning. I'm gonna ask another question. The other question is, was there a third shot? Right, chat? Yes, I'm going to just keep asking this until we fail. And we fail just by doing this over and over? I wonder what their patience limits is. I've done it 5 times now. Is it not going to let me fail on this? I guess I could tell her torture is despicable. Okay, I'm just looking to see... Okay, so I'm looking to see if there's a fail option at some point. Yes, I'm still going to ask about the third gunshot. Is there a limit, or do I have to fail the... Maybe I have to present bad evidence for plain as day. You're just despicable, much like denying that I should have a third shot, yeah. Let's ask... The crime occurred at night. It would have been too dark to see. Oh, I should have said no real point. Okay, so let's try this. I'm gonna give her the Book of Judges. Take a look at this. You're saying, this is how you know the street lamps were broken. I don't quite follow. Well, you see, picked the wrong piece of evidence, didn't you? Yeah, I messed up. I'm just gonna keep presenting the Book of Judges, because it explains everything. If I could, I would present the attorney badge, chat. He's floundering. Okay, so now we got new dialogue. He's floundering, madam. Agreed. I've heard enough about these rambling theories. Falcon, your respect for your comrade is admirable, and you displayed great valiance by leaping headfirst into the lion's den. But you have failed to convince me of this bird's innocence. Madame Beaumont, I implore you, think about the third shot. What about the third shot, chat? Not another word. Oh, but we're never going to learn about the truth now. We humored you. We set up a court and went through the motions of a trial, and now the rooster's guilt has been formally proven. We have more evidence. Enough, the trial is over. Severin Cocorico, you've been formally tried by the people of the Second Republic. We have found you guilty on the counts of conspiracy, the murder of the Croc Monsieur, and the murder of my father, John Beaumont. Then told someone else to flock off, if not waste of a good pun. Sorry, Calvisha. I think that is not the case, but hope you're doing well, Calvisha. Madam, please. JJ, it's all right. I've made my peace. This is far from all right. Dying in the name of a new republic. Hands of rebels. There are worse ways to go. It was good enough for Robespierre, right? Severin. Knocking ... Finish Lila Milana, finally. Nice. They're too bird brain to think of that pun. Chris is on ball today. Hope you're also feeling better, Chris. Harrison ... it at the bird pun. I don't think he appreciated it. Beaumont also just disappointed in everybody. Look at that disapproving look. She's looking right at you, chat. She disapproves. Tend to the body, Pierrot. Yes, ma'am. You plan to kill us too. Why would I do that? You two have done nothing wrong. I see no reason for you to be tried, let alone executed. Your mercy is admirable, madam, but I fear if we let these two go, they will tell the police everything. It would compromise us. No, we promised to keep our beaks shut, right, Falcon? We cannot trust the word of potential traitors. Madam, for the good of France, we must execute the birds right now. Aw. Hopefully you get more sleep, though. Yeah, I was gonna say, we're asking about the third shot. It was Cocorico's. It's just really delayed. Some man of God you are. Hate to admit it, but you have a point, Remus. This is an unpleasant situation. What to do? What to do? Indeed, Draken, enjoy the gift sub. Falcon ... Okay, I know. I'm going to give you a choice. You have two options. Is one of them asking about the third shot? The first is I shoot you right here and now. No, that's the fourth shot. No! Right, chat? The time has passed. We're on shot 4 now. We don't care about fourth shot. That's not something either of us particularly want, but if it must be done... What's option number 2? You join us. We need lawyers to help bring the new republic into fruition. Your skills would be very much appreciated. Our skills? Somebody has to draft new laws. Somebody has to file the paperwork to secure the new republic's internationality recognized legal status. Oh, internationally, excuse me. Somebody is to prosecute the officials who corrupted this country. Wouldn't that be a glorious job? You mean prosecute the Prime Minister? Or the King? We could discuss the specifics later. For now, I need to hear a decision. What will it be? Oh no. We'll join you, I would rather die. That's quite a way to end it. Well, I'm assuming we choose not to die here. And that would be something. I guess we'll say we'll join you, question mark? Fine. We'll work with you. Good. Then a verbal contract has been made. So, what happens now? Hero and Fontaine will lead you to Le Canard Joy. I will finish up here and meet you in 2 hours. Needless to say, they shall be keeping a close watch on you. Don't even think about running. Of course. Then we're done here. Fontaine, lead the way. Yes, madam. Come along, you two. You can't seriously be trusting these filthy lawyers, madam. They're probably plotting revenge for their dead friend at this very moment. I do trust them. Throughout that trial, I got the impression that Falcon was trying to de-escalate this... I think it's supposed to be situation, but they definitely said citation. Anyway, de-escalate this situation. Avoid violence. Such a viewpoint is naive, but it is exactly what we need in this revolution. They will betray you. If they're stupid enough to even raise one feather against me, they will regret it. But did she reload, chat? Right, chat? How many bullets does she have left? We should have asked. It'd been funny if I chose to die if she was out of bullets. Game has been saved. You wish to continue? Sure. You can come out now, brother. Where did it go? And then we ever hoped for. The rooster is dead, and the madam has tasted her first blood. Amazing. Completely worth getting shot for. And Edelston Falcon tried to disrupt the execution. Falcon, really, that tenuous wretch. Don't worry. He floundered and bumbled around hopelessly. The madam thinks he's of some use, but really, he's as good as dead. This is marvelous. Every piece is falling into place. Our dream will be a reality in no time at all. To reason, brother. To reason. Or C. I'm assuming that's fraternity, but in French. Fontaine ... at that realization. Hero ... Falcon ... To reason. Treason, exactly. Mm-hmm. To raisins? I don't know about that one. Sparrowson ... on that one. Hope you don't harbor too much hate for the madam. I know the rooster was your friend, but the madam does what she does for the good of France. ... in French, yeah, exactly. Falcon also ... Wow, this is like the most ... I've ever seen. Chat, are we sure we're not witnessing a JRPG? I feel like all of them are auditioning right now, and it's intensely close right now. Blue Donna, it's not Terrace Pharma. You can ask every time, Blue Donna, it's not Terrace Pharma. Oh boy, this is awkward. See, Piero agrees. Come on, Blue Donna. It's sometimes it's not Terrace Pharma. Sometimes it's your fault, Blue Donna. You ever think about that? It is a bit. Perhaps a round of drinks are in order. After all, this is a tavern. What do you two say? Hard Hamburg JRPG, exactly. Hmm. Well, we managed to survive to another day, but at what cost? What do you say, chat? Do we say wine sounds good or I'm not thirsty? I wonder if he'll charge us if we try to get the wine. Let chat think about it. I never know with this game if we'll actually go through with certain things. I haven't quite gotten the feel for just how much we're allowed to imbibe in the game. Money-wise, we're at 110 francs, so I think we're probably good for any alternate stuff. Just in case we do have to bribe people, it shouldn't hopefully be too bad. I guess we'll see what happens if I say yes. Take a wine. Make sure it's a stiff one. I'll take 2. Very well. Hero, fetch our guest some drinks. It's your round. My round? No way, it's your turn. Turns don't matter. Still me for that omelet I generously paid for last Friday. Well, yeah, you owe me for that coffee on Tuesday. Okay, so that's 30 cents of coffee deducted from a 60-cent omelet, plus the 25-cent peanuts you swiped from my pantry. Hold up. I ain't no good at mental arithmetic. Listen, Sparrowson, you need to go. Go? Yes. We'll create a distraction. Head straight for the back door. That's such a good idea. We both stick around. We both end up dead as soon as we rub that lioness the wrong way. We both run, these two will probably shoot us in the backs. Well, 30-cent coffee must be nice, says Draken. Something like that. The way I see it, one of us running is the most viable option. Falcon! Don't argue. You're out. Find Villaretti and tell him what you've seen. Comparison ... Okay. So it's agreed. I get this round, you owe me 2 cents. Yep, and I'll hold you to him 2 cents. Hurry back. Don't you two move or nothing. He'll hold me to the 2 cents. That Piero's such a miser. Anyway, I don't feel like sitting in silence. Let's talk to pass the time. Wow. Wow, chat. Cries of modern inflation. Wow, we have some interesting options we could choose to say to Fontaine. I'm gonna read them out loud as you get to judge. Hey, look over there, or I have a gun question, or I'm gonna play some cards. Calvation says if only one runs, does that make him an easier target? Well, secretly he just wants less competition. So chat, we have to create a distraction. What do you think we should tell him or ask him? I'm assuming most of these will work. Gun question, was there a third bullet? Oh no. Oh, Chan, is that what we're gonna ask? We're gonna ask about the gun question? I'll give you another moment to decide. There's certainly some choices in here. Oh, by the way, did it get rid of our evidence? Assuming it did, yeah, it did. Interesting, there's still unknown portraits in here. Ooh, Chris says, hey, look over there, seems the funniest. Calvisham says gun question isn't loaded. Gun question, the other two are kind of simple. Okay. Let's go with the gun question. Fontaine, I have a gun question. A gun question, do go on. Oh. Oh no, oh, we have to ask the question. Okay. Flintlock or percussion caps? Iron or lead bullets? Muskets or pistols? Not where I thought this one was going. The chat is in, I guess, gained another choice. I don't feel like he would have a lot to say about iron or lead bullets. Caps maybe would set him off. Caps or pistols might do. Yeah, chat's thinking first one. Let's go for the first one. What's better? Flintlock or percussion cap ignition systems? What a delightful technical question. Right, there's no dispute here. Percussion caps are the future, hands down. You see, flintlocks are unreliable. Little like drizzle and the ignition system no longer functions. The gun becomes worthless. But a percussion cap will always work, as long as it's built correctly. As long as the gun has enough gunpowder. I suppose there is the matter of material cost. How much does a brass cap cost compared to flint and steel? A little pricier, I think. Alright, I brought Jinx. One for me and one for you. One for you and one for... Hey, where's the little one? Little one, he's right. Oh, Murday. I lost him. Crap indeed, chat. You lost him? How'd you lose him? I was gone for 2 minutes. I think I dropped the ball on this one. Oh, should have fetched it, right, chat? I'll say the madam's gonna string us up for sure. Actually, we should make up a cover story and let her find out about this. You can't let me find out about what? Oh boy, chat. We have 2 options. One, they let Sparrow Sid escape.
We may be in trouble.
They might be in trouble, or I let Sparrow Sid escape. There you go, chat. Who are we selling out in this one? Who is the Falcon in your hearts in this playthrough? Sadly, ... is not one of the options, which it honestly should have been. We need more ... They let him escape, he was right there. Yeah, there we go. I guess he was out of frame, it's true. Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here weren't paying attention, and let Sparrowson walk away casually. Madam? Oh, we can explain. I swear, I give you 2 bozos one damn job. Oh, it doesn't matter. That little bird was dispensable for our plans. But Falcon isn't. What's important is that he's still here. Madam, Sparrowson runs to the police, and both this location and the sleeping city are compromised. Should keep this meeting brief. Agreed. Falcon, let me quickly fill you in. You let Sparrowson escape, it's true. As you probably know, we're planning to form a protest. An enormous protest on the 14th of this month. We intend to draw a massive crowd at the Place de la Concorde, and then we shall march against the Tuileries Garden. March across Tuileries. You intend to storm the Louvre? No. The Palace Royale. That's where the King and Prime Minister will be residing. I would like it to go peacefully, but... Peaceful uprisings have a habit of turning violent, don't they? Exactly. We can't let the leaders of this country escape amidst the chaos. They must be tried for their crimes against the French people. On that note, I want you to lead the prosecution. Oh no, chat, we've become Edgeworth. Want me to prosecute? The King of France? We really are a JRPG character. We just repeated what she told us back to us in the form of a question. The King and the Prime Minister. They are both responsible for the rampant inequality that plagues this country. On the day of the revolution, we will drag both of those overpaid bourgeois onto the streets, and you shall prosecute them then and there. Think I understand. Prosecuting the pair for crimes against humanity, I suppose. Could certainly be done. Bird Attorney Ace investigations, exactly. If I were to interview a lot of citizens, gather a lot of evidence, file some paperwork, I could probably prepare a case in around 2 months. She's gonna be like, you have 2 days, you watch chat. There's no way. It's just gonna immediately get shot down. We don't have the luxury of time. Use your ingenuity on the day, just like you did in the catacombs. You can't be serious. There is no alternative. The wheels of revolution are already turning, and the revolution will ignite in under a week. The question on my mind is, what do we do with you until then? Leave him with us, ma'am. We'll keep a good eye on him. Okay. Hey, 2 days is one more day than the usual Phoenix Wright universe time. It's true. After seeing the atrocious job you two guarding the little bird, I think not. I'll just have to guard you myself, Falcon. To spend this week at my side while I complete our preparations. At your side. All day and night. See, he really is just repeating everything with a question mark, chat. He's Blue Donnaing. Stop it, Falcon. Oh no, he's been possessed. Absolutely. I'm not gonna let you out of my sight for 1 minute. It seems excessive. You can trust me, madam. No, I can't. You promised to help me. I know you don't actually believe in the cause of the Second Republic. What is that, says Blue Donna, exactly. If I give you 1 grain of freedom, you'll undoubtedly flee. This meeting is over. Come along, Falcon. It's a new day. Oh, there's a bonus event we can view at Lamagna? Don't remember what this is. Is this a new area? Okay, it kind of is. And then, while we're sitting in the tavern, Falcon gave me the opportunity to escape. Yeah, in the, dumbest way, one of the dumbest ways possible. He created a distraction, and I sneaked away and went straight to the police. Then you called a meeting, and, well, here I am. So yeah, that's the whole story. I see. So Severin Cocorino died at the hands of the rebels. That's right. Falcon revealed his true colors as a traitor. A traitor? No, that's not right, Inspector. Falcon's not a rebel. He's playing along so he could save his own life. Don't be so naive, Sparrowson. Put the puzzle pieces together. Falcon willingly leapt into the lion's den, for the specific purpose of siding with the rebels. He let you escape because he could see that you weren't truly sympathetic to the rebel cause. It doesn't make sense at all. Falcon's never shown a rebellious streak. Oh, Sparrowson, you don't know Twitch chat. Well, already, ... He knows. Tell me, Sparrowson, what do you know about Falcon's past? Not a lot. He's a private person. Has he ever told you what he did during the July Revolution? Before he changed his name. No. He hasn't told me anything, really. Well, already, ... Sparrowson, let me tell you a little about the man they call the Viridian Killer. Okay. Well, I guess we just passed the time, as it were. Fuller's Garden is a beautiful spot to relax, have a picnic, or plan for a violent uprising. A great description. No kill Viridian, we need that for excerpts, so true. Let me think. So it takes 10 minutes to walk from the Palace de la Concorde to this place. And the Palace Royale lies 5 minutes north of here. The crowd will be fairly large and slow. It may take twice, maybe 3 times as long to make the move. Having a logistics problem, madam. Perhaps. Plan is to walk the crowd from here through Tuileries to the Palace Royale. If we take too long to pass through the Tuileries, police will trap us in. We could be flanked and slaughtered. That is quite an issue. Then we have 3 things we can ask her. Why not go around the Tuileries? Why not run? Why not meet at the palace? I'm assuming because he said walk, we're just saying run. I feel like this probably is a sarcastic answer. Oh, chat saying number 3. Why not meet at the palace? Sure. Why not just get the protesters to meet at the Palace Royale itself? Because the Palace de la Concorde is an ideal meeting location. It's enormous and easy to get to. I see. But even if you got, say, half the protesters to meet at the Palace Royale, we cut down on the traveling time. I get it. Smaller crowd would be easier to direct across the garden. I'll pass the idea along to Piero and see what he has to say. He's the one in charge of leading the crowds, after all. That bird-brained parrot would probably just shoot the idea down, right? Probably, but I appreciate your input. I don't know if you genuinely want to help. You're just telling me what I want to hear out of fear, but thank you, Falcon. No problem, madam. The Second Republic, right? Right. For the Second Republic. Alright, so we 1 points with her. I don't know if that actually does anything. Okay. Let's go to the marketplace. Oh, huh? Let me guess. Your weapons supplier somewhere around here. Maybe this is where you plan on meeting an informant. A government defector? It's as good a meeting spot as any. Actually, I'm here for groceries. Falcon ... There's no need for that look. I think just because I'm a gun-toting rebel, I don't need to buy food. Wow, chat. We just keep running into the same kangaroos. Also, I just want to point out, which I didn't really observe too carefully before, but now that the camera has panned downwards, I love how there's actual humans in the background. I'm assuming that's not supposed to be the case, but it is kind of funny. It's just like, it's like 90% animal people and then just normal humans, just like in front of the, you know, it's like all along the bottom here, like near the money total and stuff like that. They really are freaks in nature, exactly. Yeah, you don't... You can kind of see them in the bottom right now that I'm aware that they're there. Don't look at the humans, they're not like us, so no. Well, well. It isn't Sultan and Little Gambad. You're growing bigger every time I see you. I don't even know what they said. I was too engrossed by the humanity, chat. Listen. I will say, it's a little surprising from a button standpoint. There's not a way to, like, go back through the logs. Do you know what I mean, chat? Like, normally in, like, a visual novel style game, you could view the dialogue in case you accidentally skip it. Oh well, not the end of the world, but it is interesting it's missing. Ma'am, you have to hear this. Something big went down here yesterday. Is it the fact that all the humans are there and they're just watching us? A policeman, a nasty, ugly policeman. Let me guess. He's bullying people into revealing secrets on the whereabouts of the revolutionaries. Well, that's how it started, ma'am. Same old bullying tactics. He's pushing around this big old beggar rat who hangs around the market sometimes. But then, the rat wasn't speaking up. Policeman drew his gun and shot him. Policeman shot the beggar. Just like that. Yep, the coward cop went and ran before we could turn on him. I find this difficult to believe. Policeman wouldn't openly shoot a beggar without just cause. Open your eyes, Falcon. This is the regime us Parisians live under. We're ignored by the government, pressed by the police, and hanged by the courts. Why do you think I'm fighting so hard to make a change? We can't put up with this sort of bullying. Falcon ... He's really channeling his inner Blue Donna, chat. No, this can't be right. Something has to be missing from Sultan's story. Are we assuming it was the wolf that shot somebody disguised as a police officer? I'm guessing that's what happened. You mind if I ask you a couple questions, madam? Sure, ask away. Make it quick, Falcon. What did the policeman look like? Right, chat? It was a tall wolf. I didn't get a good look at his face. What did the policeman look like? Well, I didn't get a... well, I didn't get a good look, but he was tall, ugly, and mean-looking, and he had one eye. One eye? Yep, and one of them pirate patches. We didn't ask what species they were. Is it just the wolf and an eye patch? There's no way. Ring any bells, Falcon? No man who fits the description. It simply couldn't be him. What the description was, he was tall and ugly. That could be a lot of things. They didn't really narrow it down. He's a bitter individual, but he's morally righteous. Can imagine him shooting an innocent person so recklessly. Like, wouldn't you ask for feathers or scales? I feel like that, you know, like normally it's like, what color hair did the perp have? It would be like feather, scale. did they have human hands? Like, you gotta narrow it down a little bit. He's not ugly, can't be him, true. Don't let your bias towards the justice system affect your judgment, Falcon. Think you know who did this, then please name and shame him. Think I should bite my tongue until I'm a little more certain. Eat a human everything, yeah. Wanna know anything else, Monsieur? I'll ask if anybody investigated. Policeman did shoot an innocent person. There would surely have been an investigation. Huh. Your naivety knows no bounds, Falcon. You think the police care if one of their own is out of control? Actually, there was one bloke asking around. I think he was a policeman. Oh? Go on, madam. Oh, he was this charming fox. The detective. Or... Was he technically a detective? The agency fox. Renard. Thank you, Falcon. I forgot his name. A friend of yours, Falcon. Something like that. Should probably pay him a visit to see what he's up to. Pay him a visit? Suppose we could set aside a little time. Want something else? Who was the rat? Just who was this beggar rat? Really know him well, Monsieur. None of us did. Kind of a loner who hanged around, asking for scraps of food and cents. Didn't even know his name. So sad. Did he have a family? No... Oh, did he have no family? No means of support? Falcon, do you have any idea how many beggars there are on the streets of Paris? How many people go hungry? How many people are forced to turn to crime? I'm well aware, madam. Asking these questions to see if there is perhaps some reason why that particular rat was killed. But no. It appears that this was just the loss of one unnamed beggar rat among many. It's tragic. And it is, Monsieur. Anything else I can help you with? That's all, madam. Thanks for your help. No problem. Anything help Ma'am Beaumort. We'll try to get to the bottom of this, Sultan. Just make sure to stay safe when the revolution starts. Stay inside. Keep Kambade safe. Of course, ma'am. You stay safe yourself, you hear? A new day. February 12th. Okay, let's go to R&M. Visitors, Monsieur Phelps! Visitors! Really, Falcon, we hope to accomplish in this sleazy back-alley establishment. Sleazy? Madam, my back-alley office is perhaps a little cluttered, eclectic, but I resent the accusation of sleaze. Maybe I should do the introductions. Monsieur Phelps, this is Madame Beaumort, a, friend of mine. Madam, this is... Bernard Phelps, private investigator. I guess, yeah, I was gonna say detective wasn't quite the right word. I was trying to think of investigator. At your service. It's a pleasure to meet you, madam. Beaumort, ... Ah, how stoic. I'm sure you have some pressing question to ask, Falcon. Before we get started, there's something I must tell you. Monsieur Sparrowson dropped by earlier. He informed me of your situation. I love his human hands, chat. Fox face, glasses, human hand. Sparrowson? Is he alright? Like, technically, I think that's an image of a human in the background, but it was the other ones had literal dozens of humans along the bottom. Oh yes, he's now working with Inspector Valoretti, attempting to unravel the rebel plot. Why would you... Why would you say this? Wait, if you were told of his situation, why would you say this while he's still in the company as someone you don't know? Wow, Raoul Renard, for someone who's a detective / inspector, you sure don't gather clues very well from a social context. Oh yes, I heard you're being held by gunpoint. Sure would be a shame if I told them everything that the other person was doing. It would endanger you. Are we sure Renard's not trying to kill us? Just as I thought. Here's that your lackey has solidified his position as a traitor to the Second Republic, Falcon. Perhaps. Perhaps not. Sparrowson doesn't strike me as a person who sides with any ideology. Wow, it's not a very flattering comment to be told, I guess. But you know, he asked me the most peculiar question. Would you like to know what it was? Of course. Such information is quite valuable. It would cost, say, 30 francs. Wow. So if I didn't have money, would I not be able to get this? Chat, that's brutal. Keep in mind we gambled like 60 plus francs at this point, and we avoided paying money I think once already. I'll say I'll pay it. Yeah, I know how this works. Here's your money, monsieur. Very good. So on to the question. The person asked if you were the Viridian Killer. The one responsible for the random bombings during the July Revolution 18 years ago. Why on earth would he ask that? Perhaps the inspector had been telling him stories. So, what did you tell him? The truth, of course. That is, that I have no idea who the Viridian Killer is. I knew it couldn't possibly be Falcon. Oh? How do you know that I'm not the Viridian Killer? Falcon, please. You're semi-drunk bumbling oaf, not a ruthless killer. Anyway, I've started my own investigation into the Viridian Killer. It's fascinating stuff. Like, I heard that there are raw casts. Apparently he was seen in the multiple places at once. Leads some to believe that he was actually more than one person. Huh. Do you know why they call him, or should I say them, the Viridian Killer? Viridian is a greenish color, isn't it? No, I don't have a clue. Crimson Killer would have been a much cooler name. Damn, Chad, he was all about that Redria ID. It appears that no one knows the origins of the name. Leads me to suspect that he, or indeed they, chose their own name. This is all fascinating. Truly fascinating. But perhaps we can return to the conversation to why we're here. Of course. Monsieur Wolfs, heard that you're investigating the murder at Lahore. I was. That victim was a friend of Mousie's. Citation is important, exactly. More of an acquaintance, really. I love that. Okay, I love that everybody is like normal human size except for the mouse. And the mouse isn't just like short relative to them, like the mouse is actual mouse size. This world makes no sense, chat. I swear. It's 0 sense. Don't think about it too hard. Well, want to know if you managed to uncover anything. Did you find any leads? Any juicy clues? Not as such. It's quite a peculiar case. Did you hear that the murderer wore an eye patch? I did. You know what this implies, don't you, Falcon? You only know of one police officer, or indeed one person, who wears an eye patch. Oh, I have to pick it out. It was Grenwy the frog. Oh no, it was actually Demiao. It was actually Sautan. Damn you, Sautan, you lied to us. Anyway, let's get Volaretti's description here. The inspector. But that can't be right. You wouldn't describe him as a murderous man, would you, Monsieur Volps? Murderous? I don't know. Certainly passionate about finding the Viridian Killer. To say he wouldn't kill in the pursuit of his archenemy. Falcon ... Falcon, I solve this mystery as much as you do, but time is pressing and we have other matters to attend to. We must take our leave. Understood. Till next time, Monsieur Volps. Goodbye and good luck, Monsieur Falcon. It's a pleasure meeting you, madam. Monsieur Volps? Is it about the tea? That lioness looked pretty angry. Wow, it wasn't about not having the tea. Is this the revolution? Oh, is this revolution going to end in blood, Monsieur Volps? Just like in 1830? Bernard ... It doesn't answer. A new day. Well, let's go to the Palace Royale. The Palace Royale. Just look at that disgusting den of fat cat bourgeois and hypocritical politicians. The king is probably in there as we speak, along with more tiny humans in the distance who I'll not mention or otherwise talk about. Probably sitting in his high chair, stuffing his bloated face with cake and wine while he boasts about being the perfect citizen king. Did you come here just to moan about the king? No. I've come to assess the potential battleground. On the day of the rebellion, I might order Piero to set up a barricade over there. What do you think? Oh, I clicked the evidence button. I was like, for a moment I was like, game. I don't have anything about what I think of the evidence. Oops. Misclick. There, right outside the Palace Royale. Of course. It's a perfect place for a defensive garrison. We could gather furniture for nearby buildings, build a wall, and position rifles to fend off the police. When the time is right, it will serve as the ideal location to launch our assault on the palace. So, you weren't just throwing empty words in the tavern. You actually do intend on dragging the king out of the palace through violence. Of course, he'll never abdicate on his own volition. Falcon ... It's not as if I want to see bloodshed, Falcon. It's necessary. It's inevitable. I mean, we have to be realistic. There's no way to bring change to a country without using violence, is there? Alright, chat. Do we respond with her statement about there's no way to bring change to a country without using violence with, 1, I think there are ways, or 2, violence is inevitable? I feel like the second one makes us sound like a rebel, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of funny. Second one is edgy anime pro tag. That sounds like an endorsement. I don't think there's any other way. Throughout history, great change has only come about with great sacrifice. Wars, assassinations, executions. No country has been won over through passive demonstrations alone. I see. So it's as I feared. But that doesn't mean you can't try. Violence can work as a last resort, not as a first call to action. Set an example for the kind of nation you want to see. A few more ... Maybe. It would be better to avoid building the barricades. At least until it's clear the violence is inevitable. That's good. It's a good compromise, madam. Here we go, chat. Valentine's Day, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. We're gonna murder you, king. Let's go to the Pont d'Art, which I don't know what that has to do with any of the things that we just talked about. This is it, Falcon. This is the day we make our stand. Everything is coming together. As we speak, Fontaine is gathering the protesters at the Palace de la Concorde. Hero is making preparations to build and arm a barricade near the Palace Royale. Just as a precaution, you understand. The only question that remains is, are you ready? So, chat. We can respond to her with 1, of course! Or 2, nope, not at all. I mean, if we're like Phoenix Wright, I don't think we're ever ready. Love dumbfounded silence is the only thing Ziggledy says. I don't get to see in this chat who ran the command, but it is pretty accurate. Nope. To be perfectly honest, no, I'm not ready at all. Want me to prosecute the king and prime minister? Even when you drag them from the palace, right? I've had no time to prepare. I have no evidence on hand. This whole trial is gonna be one big fiasco. Get you fixated on the formalities, Falcon. This revolution will succeed, and those in power will see justice. That's all that matters. But madam, come on, let's see how this protest is going. Oh, there's more humans, chat. There's more humans. They're everywhere. Falcon and Beaumont arrive at the Palace de la Concorde, which is apparently being besieged by men on horseback. The air is thick with chants, shouts, and cheers of hundreds of protesters who are apparently human. A line of mounted soldiers stands shoulder to shoulder outside the entrance to the Tuileries. This is amazing. No idea the Second Republic had this many supporters. The hairless ape uprising has begun, exactly. But of course, Didn't think there were just a few animals huddling in a cave, did you? The desire for revolution runs deep in the city. Everything's in place at the Palace Royale, ma'am. Just say the word and we'll set up the biggest barricade you've ever seen. We can all storm the building and drag that cocky king out of his chair. There's been a change of plan. We're still going to protest, but we're gonna do it peacefully. No firing from behind barricades. No violence. No capturing the king or prime minister. Okay, how long until a protester gets shot? What do you think, chat? 15 dialogues? 30 dialogue boxes? Madam, are you feeling alright? Quite alright, thank you. 3? Wow, that's not very much. What of your desire for a better France? Can achieve that without bloodshed. We can certainly try. Falcon convinced me. Falcon? Pacifism seems like the Christian approach, wouldn't you say, Friar? Friar Remus, ... Friar Remus about to whip out ye old gun and shoot someone, I think. I see. That's how it is. Excuse me, madam. Wow. Wow, this is like the least subtle moment before murder I've ever seen. Like, oh, we're not going forward with the murder. I gotta do this thing over here, guys. BRB. Followed by the gun cocking sound, reload animation. Wow, real subtle there, Friar Remus. I think the Friar disapproves of the new strategy. You think, Falcon? You think? He probably thinks I've gone soft, and maybe I have. But I'm not deviating from this path. Even if each and every rebel leaves my side. Don't worry, ma'am, you aren't alone. I'm not here for the violence, madam. As long as you strive for the better France, we'll always stand with you. Ugh. Stupid bullet wound. This damn thing's opened up again. What's the news, brother? Is everything in place? We have a problem. The Mademoiselle refuses to use violence. She's turned timid. Turned timid? How? It appears that lawyer, Falcon, is something of a lion tamer. J.J. Falcon? That bird is proving to be more trouble than the rooster, I swear. Brother, listen. There's no violence, there'll be no power gap. One leader will just peacefully replace another. We need chaos for our plan to work. Guess we'll have to follow through with our contingency strategy. I'll find the victim. You find the suspect. Don't push yourself, brother. You're still injured. Look at those scum. Foul vermin, the lot of them. Mark my words, Sparrowson. Every one of these petulant dissenters will take the first opportunity to turn aggressive. They lust for violence. You don't look too violent to me. Trust me. It's how the crowd looked before the July Revolution. Only takes one crazed individual and the entire crowd will explode into a frenzy. Hey, it's you. Fire. It's good to see you again. No time for pleasantries, Inspector. You need it urgently on the Palace de la Concorde. Me? Why not ask one of the officers on active guard duty? There's no time to explain. Any minute now. Ah, did you hear that gunshot? It's already begun. Come on, Inspector. We must make haste. Inspector, I really don't think you should be trusting this friar. This two-faced wolf. Remus has provided me with reliable information in the past. I trust his judgment. Oh, so you're just stupid. Wait, hold on. So Sparrowson told you about this person, and presumably the whole story with this character, and you still trust the friar? This is why he's easy to frame. Exactly, Friar immediately appeared at the one crazed individual. But Inspector... This isn't up for discussion, Sparrowson. I have a duty to uphold. She's face wolf and I'm a one-eyed rooster, exactly. I guess I could say he's blind to it, but I guess he's only half blind. Stay put, I'll be back in no time at all. But what should I do now? Oh, I'm glad we could see his human hands. Thank you, Sparrison. A gunshot. It was nearby, too. Well, the friar was right. Violence really is an inevitability. We haven't reached that stage yet, madam. It's too dark for his other eye to work, I'm sure. Damn, he is the worst of two worlds. I can't afford to take chances, not now. Hero, march the crowd to the Palace Royale and construct the barricade. Yes, ma'am. Fontaine, Falcon, we're gonna find the source of this disturbance. Came from here, Inspector. Hurry, hurry! Moving as fast as these old legs will undo. Body. Is that a human? Oh, no. See, I almost thought it was like a nun wearing a habit, and I think it technically is, but then I saw the beak. It took me a while to, like, decipher what I was looking at. I'm not gonna lie, the human hands really threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. The first thing I went to were the human hands, and I'm like, it's a human. It was like, no, they all have human hands, damn it. I love the bloody handprint on their back, though. That's classy, I guess. Yeah, those darn human hands. They got me again. This woman must have been the target of the gunshot we just heard. But I don't see a shooter. I think the gunshot came from over here. Inspector? Falcon, well, should have known the Rhodian killer would have had a part in this. Inspector, I'm not... What do we have here? Filthy cop and a dead girl. Madam, thank goodness you're here. I saw the whole thing. This poor, innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air. When all of a sudden this brute of a police inspector yelled, "Get back, you filthy rebel!" Drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through her heart. What is this nonsense? What are you prattling on about, Friar? Thank you for your input, Remus. Hardly surprises me that a member of the police would be the one to pass the first stone. We're all being a little rash. Take a breath, examine this situation, and... Wait a moment. You wear an eye patch. You only have one eye, Inspector. How observant. Tell me, were you the policeman who killed the rat at La Hall, too? La Hall? What are you talking about? 2 incidents of a one-eyed policeman gunning down an innocent victim. There's no way that this is a coincidence. What we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. Am I right, Inspector? Well, already dots. Really shouldn't be surprised that a stupid rebel makes stupid assumptions and comes to stupid conclusions. But open your damned eyes, mademoiselle. I'm not the assailant here. I just realized, does he have no hand? Like, does he legitimately have no hands at all? Wow, that's... How does he perform most of his duties? Question mark. Okay, let's not think about that too much. Don't call me mademoiselle, or stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see. Given the circumstances, I ought to judge and execute you right here and now. I guess he doesn't have to chase many people down? Finally, a character without hard human hands. You know what it is? He's trying to grow in the bird wings. That's what it is. Falcon, don't just stand there gawking. Vouch for me. Oh no, we can dot him? Oh no, chat. Wow, that's certainly a way it could go. I guess. Not gawking, but gawking, yeah. It's okay. It's probably for the best he doesn't have the human hands. I guess. I agree, Blue Donna. I would this indeed. I guess I'll say I know this man. I guess. Madam, I know this man. His name is Inspector Voloretti. He is ruthlessly law-abiding. So much so I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause. Oh, shut up, Falcon. I'm done with your idealism. I listened to you. Took your words to heart about avoiding violence. And now a girl is dead. Well, I'm done taking chances. Remus, let me escort this invalid to Piero's barricade. Ooh, well, that's kind of rude. I'll decide his fate there. With pleasure, madam. Come along, Inspector. I mean, like, not to harp on about it, but I mean, like, if he has no hands, how did he shoot the gun? Or is he just, like, folding it into his sleeve on purpose? Like, from a plot standpoint, I'm a little confused. But that's fine. It's kind of like, hey, the blind guy with no arms who decided to assault somebody and shot them repeatedly somehow. Question mark. I feel like this case is pretty open and shut, but for the wrong reasons. Welcome, Light Dragon. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the lurk. Very skilled feet. Oh, it's true. You know what? He could have the human feet. His feet are human hands. That's true. He could be differently abled. Fontaine, Falcon, deal with the corpse. Meet us at the barricade when you're done. We're doing little hops. There's no way this was the work of the police. You know what, Falcon? I think you might be right. An isolated gunshot. This far away from the police line. Doesn't make any sense at all. Wow, we have somebody actually agreeing with us? That's so rare in, like, a Phoenix Wright style game. Normally it's like, we have to convince, like, the biggest morons of the most obvious evidence. It's like when we're struggling, we're like, they're like, wow, in the UK, they drive on the other side. Plot twist. It's like, no, it's just, it's common knowledge. Wait, no. Why is this a big point in the case? Why are they so dumb? Anyway. But that's rebellions for you. They're messy affairs. Sometimes innocents get caught in the crossfire, and there's no reason for it. Yeah, the judge. Falcon ... Well, there's no use dawdling. Let me get the corpse off the streets. Not yet. I'm gonna examine the body first. It almost Christmas with me, and yeah, you're so right. I mean, to be fair, I guess if Phoenix Wright can win a case without a brain, somebody shooting somebody without an arm or a hand, probably possible. Examine the body. We agree this wasn't the work of Inspector Volaretti, right? There must be some clues on that point towards what happened. Impromptu coroner's examination, huh? Fine, you have 2 minutes. After that, we're heading to the barricade, whether you're done here or not. I mean, you gotta look at the handprint. What's this mark? It almost looks like a handprint made in blood. Probably the Mademoiselle's. I don't think so. Handprint of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder. No way a person could comfortably reach that spot on their own back. I suppose. But if the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to? The murderer. It has to be. The question on my mind is, why is the handprint made in blood? Did the murderer sully their hand on the girl's gunshot wound? Were they injured prior to the shooting? So much to uncover here. No time for a thorough investigation. Bloody handprint has been added to the evidence folder. Look at the wound. This is the bullet wound, right? What can you tell me about it, Fontaine? Well, it looks like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry through the Mademoiselle's back. Shooter is probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet size? You know, its caliber. Let me guess. You're hoping the caliber of the bullet is different than the caliber of the inspector's gun. That'd conveniently get that one-eyed police officer off the hook, wouldn't it? I'm afraid I can't help you. I can't possibly know a bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. And as you can plainly see, the bullet is 3 centimeters deep in the flesh. So, you need to see the bullet itself. I'm gonna say help me retrieve the bullet. Help me retrieve the bullet, Fontaine. Retrieve? You mean dig it out? We're like, fetch, Fontaine, fetch. Do it like CJ. I assume you have a little more experience in this area than I do. You're not wrong there. Fine. Only take a moment. Talking ... Here you go. One used bullet. Looks like a standard lead rifle or pistol ball. I'm afraid I cannot tell you its caliber. Why's that? Bullet fragmented upon impact, monsieur. I gathered all the pieces, but I cannot assess its diameter with any accuracy. Oh, so this seems like bad evidence then. Still, I guess that it was 13 to 17 millimeters. Sorry that I can't be more specific. Yeah, that's too much of a range. That's an enormous help. Thank you, Bonjour. Yeah, I don't think that helped us. Fragmented bullet has been added to your evidence folder. Select an area to examine. I can look at other things. Everyone's been so fixated on who did this that nobody stopped to ask who this girl was. I don't know, monsieur. Given her clothes, she's probably just another working girl. Just another. I mean to sound glib, but it's true. This is one mademoiselle among thousands who live in Paris. Who was she? Where did she work? Will her family miss her? I don't know. In the long run, I don't think anybody will care. Wow, that's a super dark take on the Phoenix Wright universe right there. I care. I can't afford not to. I don't know who this mademoiselle was, but I'm gonna see to it that justice is brought about for her death. Let's examine her. Eve? The long shot. But maybe this girl is faking her injury. Hey, is she dead? Poker, is she dead? Is she dead? Is she dead? I mean, it would be something if she got up, I'm not gonna lie. Just for the sake of thoroughness, I really ought to check for a pulse. Right. Talking dot dot dots. No. Nothing. I don't think there's anything else to examine, so I think I'm done now. I'm done here. Very good. Let's move this body off the street, and we must hurry to the Palace Royale. Talking dot dot dots. Rest in peace, mademoiselle. I'll see to it that justice is done. I want to see if she ended up in the book. No. Everything's going just as planned. The madam's probably fuming right now. She'll attack the Palace Royale. Prime Minister will flee, and then... Excuse me, monsieur. What do you want? I'm busy. Don't you recognize me, monsieur? I know that my disguises are a little more complex than yours. I assume you would recognize Prince Swan when you saw him. You're Prince Swan? Indeed. You're Judge Romulus, the corrupt wolf. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king. You shot the croque monsieur. And just moments ago, I saw you murder a maiden at the Palace de la Concorde. You truly are a vile individual, aren't you? Yeah. As if you have any proof of any of that stuff. I'm out of here. Must to know you're one half of the Viridian killer. ... Any other day, I would get you where you stand, Fox. As it happens, I'm a little busy today. Oh, the Viridian killer is too busy to kill me? Is that the truth, or is that bullet wound of yours starting to affect your prowess? Must have lost an awful lot of blood. Is he the Viridian half or the killer half? Uh-oh. Probably the killer half. What do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh, hello, Monsieur Volps. Ah, Monsieur Sparrows in perfect timing. Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. Guess this is what they call being stuck between a rock and a hard place, huh? Monsieur Sparrowson, be a dear and help me restrain the Viridian killer. He's killer, where's lady? Oh no. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll try the infamous Shadow Hearts playthrough again. But wow, my expectations on the writing are in the negatives, that's for sure. It'll be one of the most memey playthroughs of all time if we restart that again. This guy? He's the Viridian killer. Looks more like Judge Romulus to me. Well, you'd be right about that too. Wow, so he's two scumbags in one. Alright then. Ow, mind the wound. But you're whining, Your Honor. Very nice takedown, Monsieur Sparrowson. I want to check his pockets for weapons. He's something of a notorious killer, after all. Of course, let's see what we've got here. Uh-huh. Here we are. Pistol. Probably the one used to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else could you find, Monsieur Sparrowson? This. An eye patch? Weird. ... I know, Renard. No, this is bad. Very bad indeed. I don't get it. What's wrong with an eye patch? There's no time to explain. Mousy! What is it, Monsieur Volps? What is it? Take this eye patch to JJ Falcon. My fears are correct. He'll be somewhere around Palace Royale now. Tell him that this belongs to Remus's brother. Hurry now. Right away, Monsieur Volps. Right away. I must go too. Need to find the other half of the Viridian killer pair before something terrible happens. Wait, Monsieur Volps. What am I supposed to do with this guy? You have his gun, don't you? Watch that wolf to the nearest police station and collect your reward for capturing Judge Romulus. Embarrassing ... What a strange day. Send the tiny one. I'm sure it would take him hours to run there. Yeah, they weren't worried about the scale. Speaking of the scale, look how many humans are here. I wonder what happened. Outside the Palace Royale, the rebels have constructed a makeshift barricade out of furniture, branches, rocks, and anything else they could find. From behind the wall, the rebels taunt the police and royal guards with chants. I'm growing impatient pig. Confess your crimes. Nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and all your rebel friends, however, should confess to the 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I'll see each and every one of you hanged for your flagrant disregard of the law. Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago, you were seen at Lahore. Witnesses saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Oh no, her Luca Blight is showing, yeah. Today, a friar has testified to seeing you murder a girl. Again, completely unprovoked. I don't know why you continue to plead your innocence. But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession to know that you're a killer. I mean, to be fair, he probably has killed multiple people. Madame Beaumont, stop. The inspector didn't shoot that mademoiselle. Keep your beak closed, Falcon. I'm done listening to your suggestions. This policeman is as guilty as every other monster on our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him. Madam, Malcolm has uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I recommend you hear him out. Wow, I can't believe the rebels are backing us up. Right, chat? Wow. Please, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes and I can convince you of this inspector's innocence. 5 minutes is precious in a time like this. I can't afford it. What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Few more ... Thank you, madam. Having my life saved by the Viridian killer. How humiliating. Quiet, pig. Your life is mine until I say otherwise. Innocent is relative, I'm sure. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so first of all, let's recap on what Friar Remus had to say. Wait, where is that friar? He's a key witness to this crime. He scarpered off as soon as he scarpered as soon as he dropped the inspector off. Said he had some business to attend to. Business? Man, oh man. Oh, those barricades are looking pretty scary. But I mustn't fear, for I am a brave duck. He's a rooster, not a pig. Maybe she's the one who's blind. Oh no. I'm the great Officer Beck. Handsome, intelligent, strong. Truly a fearless hero who would be remembered for... Hello, officer. Ah! You scared me. Monsieur, monk? Friar, actually. Friar Remus. Listen, officer. I have something of great importance to tell you. I was just passing by the rebel camp, and I overheard a conversation. What a brave duck indeed. Oh, this sounds good. Do go on. He said they were going to launch an assault very soon. And when they do, they're gonna rain hellfire on the palace. Oh no, just as I feared. What'll we do? There you go, chat. Waddle. waddle. See what they did there. Simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit them with everything you got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Is now the best character promoted. Don't leave a single piece of the barricade remaining. That's the only way you can be sure to survive. Ah, total annihilation. I like it. Wow. Wow, he is definitely okay with mass murder. Are we sure we should be helping these people? Friar, I'm confused. Aren't you a Christian? Yes, so what? That is kind of funny. There we go. Show us Numnu. I don't know. Just that your idea doesn't seem very Christian-y. Ah, I see. Think this is a moral issue. Let me tell you a secret, my dearest duck friend. There is no God. I'm sorry, I didn't read it ahead of time, but it's really funny to watch the priest walk up and tell them there's no God. Okay, let me compose myself. Sorry, Chad. I wasn't ready for him to say that. Give me a second. What is going on? I know. It was what a jump in the conversation real quick. Give me a second. Take two. There is no God, no overarching morality or higher plan, no heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. There's only you, your artillery, and 10,000 rebels who want to dine on Peking duck tonight. Understand? Oh, that's an awful lot to take in. Then let me simplify. It's you or them. It's me or them. Forget about the friar, Falcon. We'll remember what he had to say. Present your case based on what you can recall. Did I hear 10,000 deaths exactly? Chat, 10,000 deaths is not enough for him. Okay, I will. You may want to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. Sorry, wipe what? Oh, it's you, Mousy. Monsieur Falcon, special delivery from Renard Volps. Thank you, Mousy. What is this? An eye patch. It's found in Remus's brother's clothing. Remus's brother's. This is an eye patch belonging to Judge Romulus. That's interesting. Where is Romulus? There's no time, Monsieur. Just take it, take it. Eye patch has been added to your evidence folder. I would think you would notice, especially if he's like crawling up to your face. That'd freak me out. You have to run, Monsieur, but you have to do your best. Monsieur Volps and Sparrowson believe in you. Sparrowson, you've seen Sparrowson. How is he? There's no time, Monsieur. Good luck. Are you quite done, Falcon? Very much so. Let's begin this trial. Cross-examination. Okay. Let's remember what the friar said. Select a statement to question. So underlined words are Mademoiselle, the police line, gun, point blank through the chest. Well, I guess we could say point blank through the chest, because we obviously want to talk about the handprint. I mean, I'm still questioning if he could even use the gun, but that's fine. We'll go to point blank through the chest. Friar Remus claimed the girl was shot point blank in the chest. Just the one shot, oh no! Chat, the third shot theory, it never ends. I'm gonna say she was shot in the back. The girl was clearly shot in the back. I know. Remember seeing the bullet wound for myself. That's quite a glaring inaccuracy in the wolf's testimony. It is an inaccuracy, but an irrelevant inaccuracy. Does it really matter if the girl was shot in the front or the back? Either way, a girl died at this pig's hands. I'm gonna say it does matter. It does matter. The girl was shot from the front. This might indicate a police confrontation turned ugly. But if she were shot in the back, then what? This could indicate someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react. That doesn't paint the inspector in a particularly flattering light, Falcon. Madam, you're missing the point. Shot to the back breaks the currently established narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy, professional attack. Therefore, this was not an ordinary police confrontation. You've made an assumption, Falcon. You've assumed that just because the girl was shot in the back, she must have been stealthily killed. There are other possibilities. Perhaps the girl was scared by the police, started running away, and was shot in the back as she fled. That scenario is impossible. The girl were running away, and she would have been at least a couple of steps away from the killer at the time of the shooting, right? Right. But I know the killer was standing right behind the victim. They were less than 1 meter apart when the gun was fired. They were standing that close? How could you possibly know that, Falcon? This is an interesting choice of word. Alright, I mean, we have the bloody handprint. The murder girl had a bloody handprint on her left shoulder. We'll just present it at this point. We saw a bloodied handprint on the girl's shoulder. What do you make of that, madam? Well, I assume any bloody stain would be belonging to the victim. A mark made with the girl's dying breath, perhaps. No, it was the print of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder, near her upper back. Angle and positioning of the print indicated it could only have been caused by another person. That's why I'm so certain the killer was right behind the girl at the time of the attack. I see. Quite a theory. But Falcon, you've left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? The print was made with the victim's blood, yes, so it can't possibly have been made prior to the shooting. The killer must have wiped his hand on the girl's clothing after she already died. If that's the case, then my suggested scenario was still possible. The girl may have been running from the police when she was shot. No, I'm still trying to work out the details. But I know the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured. His hand was already covered in blood. You talk big about breaking the established narrative, and now you present me with this baseless drivel. Well, where do we go from here? How does this handprint nonsense really affect the situation? Dots. You find something funny about this situation, Inspector. Is it gonna go back to he could have left the handprint because he doesn't have a left hand? I mean, I'm not wrong if that's where this is going. Oh, 1 second. Excuse me. I do. This whole trial is patently absurd. It's an animal court through and through. There was something particularly funny about that last exchange. We're both so focused on when and how this handprint was made that you missed the larger issue. I didn't miss it. I was like, how did he even use the gun? I mean, I would be impressed. Listen, if he suddenly did like he kind of stood up, his legs were in the air, and he fired it with his feet, I would be like 10 out of 10. best gunman. I don't have a left hand, you idiots. I couldn't have possibly left that mark. I mean, yeah. Oh, right. Of course. Show of hands, who here has a hand? Few more dots. Well, madam, what do you say to that? Few more dots. Still dots. Maybe. The handprint came from an accomplice. Or maybe it had nothing to do with the incident, or... Feels good to see someone speculating wildly for a change. Okay, fine, I don't have a solid explanation. I must concede that it's possible, maybe even likely, that the person who left the mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much as it pains me to say it, I must concede the inspector probably did not shoot the girl. So that's it, the inspector is off the hook. Who would have thought the horrible human hands were foreshadowing all along? He's probably better off without the human hands. No, there's still the matter of the incident at La Hall. What incident is this? I know nothing about it. As if you don't know. A beggar rat was shot and killed in La Hall a few days ago. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Sound familiar to you? Well, already, dot dot dots. Go on, Falcon. Explain the pig out of this one. Till 5 minutes ago. Is that a loss? But I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes the answer all too clear. This was a false flag operation. False flag? Explain yourself, Falcon. Okay, eye patch found on the man called Judge Romulus, aka Silvius. Madam, what do you know about Remus's twin brother, the man known as Romulus? Not much. Only that he was forced to flee the country by our oppressive government around a month ago. That's a half-truth, madam. You see, it's correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police. But I've had the suspicion that the wolf was lurking in Paris itself, although never managed to find definitive proof of this. See the real ending for more proof of that, right, chat? Anyway, turns out that my suspicion was well-founded. He was recently apprehended, I think. You think? I don't know the details, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that a reliable friend found this on Romulus's person just moments ago. An eye patch. Romulus has perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There's only one plausible explanation. It is part of a disguise. Something to conceal his identity and make him appear as someone else. A disguise? You're saying that Romulus shot the beggar rat, just to frame this police inspector? Exactly, madam. It's no coincidence that Friar Remus happened to find the very same inspector, just as another murder occurred today. So, Remus was in on it too. Two wolves, working together to make this policeman look like a murderer. ... But why? Why would they do that? Rile you up, madam. To make you lust for violence. If your actions today are anything to go by, I would say they succeeded. Few more ... Damn. Been so stupid. How did I let myself get so misled by a couple of wolves? This trial is over. Go, Inspector, you're free. It's about time. Let him walk, ma'am. Of course, it'd be criminal to confine an innocent man any longer than necessary, even if the man is a bitter, stubborn pig. Falcon. Yes? I don't understand you. You're stupid. You're reckless. But you fought Beacon Talon for my freedom. Starting to suspect you really aren't the Viridian killer at all. Thanks, full already. A bit slow on that one, but I guess you finished the race eventually. Certainly took a long time to pass that fact through your thick skull. Well, to be fair, Falcon and I were on the same page on that one. Inspector, if you're still hunting that villain, maybe you should speak with Renard Volps when this is all over. I hear he's been doing some research into the Viridian killer. Maybe he knows something. Maybe I will. Madam, here's your gang of rebel filth don't intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon. I'll relay that information to the artillerymen. Maybe we could keep a peaceful standoff going until this blows over. Thank you, I appreciate that. All of you, stay out of trouble. So, what happens now, ma'am? We're going to continue our protest. Peacefully. We're going to stand here, chanting and shouting until the Prime Minister and King both step down out of sheer humiliation. It might take days, weeks, but if we manage to change this country without one more person being harmed, then... I'm waiting for a gunshot to interrupt this conversation. Well, well, look who returned. Madam, I just saw the police inspector strolling out of here unharmed. Why did you let him go? It's simple, Remus. We all had a discussion. We came to the conclusion that I've been misled by a couple of wolves. I guess it would be ironic if she shot and killed him and that was the shot that started the protest. Right, chat? I feel like that'd be like a whoops-a-doodle. Maybe think about where you are, Bumort. Probably not pull a gun out in front of all the people. Oh. Bumort, we're getting you a guide to animals and you can learn the difference between a rooster and a pig. They're actually all, plant leeches if we're going at Berseria. At last, the third bullet. How many lies have you fed me, Friar? Just how much damage have you done to further your own goals? Did you help your brother kill the beggar rat in La Hall? Did you watch the girl die by the Palace de la Concorde? Now that I think about it, even the Croque Monsieur's death was surrounded by details that made little sense. I don't know what to think anymore. Well, this guy's a scumbag at least, man. I say shoot him. Hero's right. Won't judge you for killing this man, madam. At least I deserve for my sins. Go ahead, madam. Few more ... What are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Do it. Few more ... Falcon, you've proven yourself as having clear judgment. What do you say? Well, like, so our option... Okay, so chat, I feel like this is a false choice. So she could shoot him and start the revolution, or he lives and he probably inevitably shoots her or something and starts the revolution anyway. I feel like this is a choice that doesn't matter, but maybe to you it matters, chat. Do we finally kill him in one of the endings and start the revolution, or get outsmarted by a very obvious ploy of what would happen because it's the first thing that would occur if you think about it more than 30 seconds? You get to decide, chat. Shoot him or let him live. Either way, regret is eternal. You get to decide how the revolution begins, chat. It's all up to you. I know. Bang, let him live. Oh no. We got a conflict in the votes. They were nearly at the same time, too. I know. They were just instant opposite opinions within like 1 second of each other. Uh-oh. I feel like if we do the shoot 'em, I need to do the wah 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 if I go that route. Bang, I didn't give a proper answer. Okay, Chris is saying he might void his response. So we'll let him live then. I said bang, not let him live. I assume bang was for shoot him, but let him live is from Draken. We'll give Chris a moment to decide. I like how we didn't use the bullet at all. It's okay. We still have 80 francs, though. I guess we'll let him live, since there's a conflict. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. There we go. We got agreement there. Madam, you know what the right thing to do is. Show us what kind of leader you wish to be. Yeah, gullible one, right, chat? Got him. Few more ... You're right. I said this will be a bloodless revolution. I can't make any exceptions. Not even for a monster like this wolf. ... Wow, this is amazing. Completely unprecedented. Buckled all my expectations, avoided every temptation. Opted for an option that shouldn't even exist. Well done, madam. Well done, Falcon. Demonstrated the power of pacifism in its purest form. But unfortunately for both of you, I'm no pacifist. Everyone get down! It's a very quiet gunshot compared to other stuff we heard. ... Suicide. Shot himself in the head, what a loony. Hardly a surprise that the wolf would be too cowardly to face a real punishment. Falcon ... This isn't right. That's the solution I wanted either, Falcon. I can't say I'll mourn the friar's death. No, that's not what I meant. I meant it doesn't make sense for him to kill himself so abruptly. That comment of his was almost like, I think we need to get out of here. All of us, right now. Falcon, what are you talking about? Ah, oh, that gunshot. Oh, really close too. I can't afford to hesitate. It's me or them. Officer, hold your fire. See, he made the choice for us, exactly. No way. I can't afford to take chances. It's me or them. Well, it's me or them. Fire every cannon. Wow, we're in like the rebel slaughter phase. Well, that rebellion went poorly. Yay, our pacifism killed all those people. All those humans, question mark? Oops. It's okay, they're humans, not bird people. I love that two people said it. There you go, the same wavelength. Few more dots. Can anyone hear me? Hero? Fontaine? Hello? Anyone? I'm here, madam. Oh, I'm here, madam. Falcon? Of all the people, I think I made a mistake, Falcon. Falcon, Where did I go wrong? Well, first of all, you listened to Falcon. Was it when I lost my temper over seeing that dead girl? Or was it earlier, when I shot that prosecutor? Or was it earlier still, when I first listened to that monstrous friar in the first place? I've made a lot of mistakes. We've all made mistakes, madam. Most people's mistakes don't spark bloody revolutions. Falcon, Can you move, madam? Don't think so. Falcon, Give me a minute. Think I could clear some of this rubble. A new day. February 15th. Unknown location. Dear Monsieur Volps, I'm writing to you from the Dumiao Railway Express. Wonder technology truly is amazing. Decided to take your advice. I've gone on vacation until things settle down. The king fleeing to Britain, the Second Republic taking over. It's all crazy stuff. Pokemon joke? Oh no. Anyway, before I left, asked if I knew what happened to Falcon. Well, got my hands on a copy of the official police report. It says that Falcon died during the attack on the barricade. It also says the police didn't find a body. Same as Leon Biomort. Weird, huh? Rumor is that he was probably blown away by cannon fire. That doesn't sound right to me. What a weird sitting position. Listen, it's the human hands. He just doesn't know how to work with them with the seat. If he sits down, how can he show them off properly? When I look at the people in front of you, yeah. It's okay. That's why nobody else is on the train. They can't handle the human hands. Listen. Both sitting down and also the thought of having to stare at them all day. The Falcon I knew was tough and intuitive. I think he found a way to escape and survive. So in my opinion, he's still out there. It's possible, isn't it? Anyway, wrap this up because I'm about to reach my stop, Vienna. And you know how Mademoiselle Signy and her parents are doing. Maybe you should come pay a visit sometime. Send my regards to Mousy. Yours sincerely, Sparrowson. And I guess that's ending too. Yes, I see a person selling Millerharm strudel? What is it? I have no idea what that is. I don't think I've ever seen that word before. Yes, delicious, that's what. I will take your word for it. I have no idea what that word was. It went by fast enough that my brain, it just saw like 15, 16 letters, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Other than I saw the word strudel in there. That's all I picked out of that. Well, I guess in this ending, we failed the revolution, kind of. I mean, I guess they still take over, but then the king escapes justice. And then we are unknown fated, apparently. We are like the silhouettes here. Milk cream strudel. Interesting. I don't remember if that was a callback to a previous conversation they had or not. They did talk about food at one point earlier in the game. It does indeed look delicious. There we go. The game would have been possible without you, chat. Finn. You reached the end of Route C. Fraternite? It does look like the word fraternity. The ending you receive is determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial and the catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Thank you for playing Aviary Attorney. They have human hands and Finn. So if we go load a previous day, we only have one route left. But I'm gonna be honest, chat, I am feeling so worn out from this week. I was so ready to do it about an hour ago. Right now, I'm like, oh boy. I might need a break in between, unfortunately. My stamina is not here tonight. So I think we'll find another session to complete the initial choice, which is, I guess, just letting the prosecutor die and refusing to speak up, which I'm sure will not go very well with Sparrowson. And then I imagine the inspector is probably going to arrest us or try to kill us in some fashion, since he already doesn't like us, and then we probably are the last people the prosecutor saw. I don't see that going well for us there in 4A. But let's take a break here. I guess at the ending, I can't say I was expecting the there is no God going like dialogue. That was definitely my favorite part of the ending. We had to isolate a specific scene. It would be that particular portion, chat. It took me by surprise. So they're quoting the Bible, the Old Testament. They're throwing the Matthews out there. There is no God, chat, apparently. Thanks, Aviary Attorney. I guess we got a little more insight on the Viridian Killer being two people. I don't think that was super clear from the original ending we saw. Like, we knew the wolf was the Viridian Killer, not necessarily that both were. So I guess technically we had confirmed new information here. He never allowed those human-handed abominations. Now Brave duck fire and kill the hairless apes. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there was a surprising a lot of human... Like, I think there were, like, humans in drawings before, but that was, like, one of the first times we saw, like, dozens and dozens of humans versus, like, the odd human in the background or something. But it is what it is. So sadly, chat, we're going to pause here for now for the playthrough. And I guess next time we go to record, we'll finish the ending and give final thoughts on what we thought about the game. I will say, though, I guess because technically we restarted from a load, it didn't seem to have any issues with the trial. So, I mean, it's good it didn't bug out. But we saw what happens if we have, like, more than one trial back-to-back, so a bit unfortunate that happened. At least it's kind of nice you can instantly go back and you don't have to go through the whole catacomb thing again. That was a pretty good checkpoint for that day, I will say. But overall, chat, I think it's time to say goodbye to YouTube for this particular portion of the playthrough. If you did watch to this point in the video or the VOD, I'd just like to say thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time where we play the final scenario and wrap up the game.